Zinchenko is still not giving up for the EPL title because he believes that after their win against Chelsea yesterday, there are still so much in the mix. With just 4 games left, they can find themselves back into the title race because he thinks City might go ahead and also lose points. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? This is the Arsenal news show that you guys always really want to watch hugely all over the world. Smash the like button, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe and do the needful and obviously get us to the levels of hitting 14,000 subscribers before the end of this month. I know you guys are really immensely in love with us and we are also trying to reciprocate the love by giving you the best. I think it's Carragher has come out and also hinted about the Arsenal title hopes. And lastly, Ian Wright has gone ahead and we talked about Martin Odegaard and how he has gone ahead to really unshell himself from what we expected him, from what Madrid never expected him to hit, the milestone. And obviously going ahead to hit the milestone at Arsenal with 14 goals scored this season and close to 6-7 assists. That means he has gone ahead to have close to 20 goal involvements, a very huge improvement from what he was last season. That is a player known as Martin Odegaard. Now, let's start off with Zinchenko, and he had a very lengthy say about the Arsenal title race. Zinchenko on the title race, he had the following to say: if you don't believe, there is no point playing. So of course I do. When I had just arrived, I said the quality everyone has here is incredible, the energy as well. I said everything is possible in this life if we are going to work so hard, and that's what we are trying to do. It was an important 3 points for us. Obviously, in terms of our reaction, we bounced back quite good after the last couple of games where we dropped a lot of points. The win is so important for us to be back in the routine, for the mood in the dressing room, and in terms also for our league position. So let's keep going. Unfortunately, it is not in our hands, but you never know what can happen in the league. From us, we need to be focused on our performances. That's it. We need to keep fighting because we worked so hard during this season. So that is Zinchenko for you. And one thing I've gotten to know about this world, in everything that we do, what comes first is the mentality. That's it. However much you are smart enough, however talented you are, however good you are at everything, what really puts you in that orbit of really winning these games and obviously being a winner is the mentality. Mentality comes right, mentality comes fast, and the rest of the things really follow. And I've seen the mentality of players of Arsenal letting them down in the previous 4 games that they're going to have to play minus that of Chelsea. And Zinchenko is so much in agreement with us that the title is not yet done. Is not yet done, though he hints on to Man City dropping some points, and you never know what's going to happen when City is playing the next 6 games they're supposed to be playing. That's it, because it's not going to be an easy run for City, you know, because you will see them playing the Champions League. I think until the end of the season they're going to find themselves play, I think, 2 games every week. Let me have a look at the lineup, the fixture of Man City. Man City have been playing very many games, you know. I think for the previous 3 weeks they've been playing 2 games per week, and this is not going to end this week because even today they are playing West Ham, on Saturday they are playing Leeds, then they play Real Madrid, they're supposed to play Everton on Sunday, then in the midweek they host Real Madrid, then over the weekend they play Chelsea, then in the midweek they play Brighton. After playing Brighton, they'll go ahead and really play over the weekend they play against Brentford, and I think the only 7-day rest they're going to get is when the league really closes. That's it. So Zinchenko has a point in what he's saying. He has the experience, he knows what winning the league is all about, and he believes that it's in the hands of City, and City are really working hard to find themselves in a position of really winning the trophy. And that's it. That's it. Because as we speak right now, City have gone ahead to score their opener against West Ham in the 50th minute, and that has been a header coming from Nathan Ake. So let's wait and see how that is going to pan out for Zinchenko. And he's just saying, if you don't believe, then what's the need of still playing? Meaning that if Arsenal are still having 4 games to go, then they still believe that it's not going to be an easy tie or an easy go for City to win the trophy. They have to go ahead and really give City the chance for this trophy, because they need to find themselves in a position of really killing off these games of football. And I support him. I support him because I don't want us to see City really win the trophy with 2 or 3 games to go. You know, City right now is on top of the table after scoring 1 goal against West Ham, and they are having 79 points right now as far as the Premier League table is really standing, with City going ahead to lead by 1-0, and Arsenal having gone ahead to play 1 more game ahead of City. That means Arsenal just need to find themselves in position of winning their games. If at all they win the remaining games, then it will be up to City. You know, the owners will be on to City to come out and really show us what they are really made of into this season. Then Jamie Carragher is a sports pundit who really works for Sky Sports. He had the following to say about Arsenal via Metro. He told us that there could be times in the season when you look at what happened with 2-0 leads and throwing them away. People are going to say that they bottled it, but I don't really go along with that. I watched the match. I watched Man City at the weekend against Fulham, and they brought Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva off the bench. When you think of who Arsenal are bringing off the bench, it's Leandro Trossard, and there is not really much else when you need a goal or to change the game. The difference in quality in what Man City have is a lot higher than what Arsenal have. That's for me the main reason if Man City go on to win the Premier League. That's for me the main reason if at all City goes ahead to win the league. So I think when you contemplate about what Jamie Carragher is saying about the title race, I think he's right. The difference is the quality that Mikel Arteta really has. But though, I've gone ahead to blame Arteta on several occasions because I believe he had a very good player in the names of Jorginho that would have gone ahead to get the job done and dusted in some aspects of the games that he was going to play, and he never tried to really pick out such players. And aside, Trossard is a very decent player off the bench, but that doesn't give Mikel Arteta an excuse, you know, all the escape route, you know, because he is the one to blame for Arsenal dropping all those points. I think in the game of Southampton, he would have gone ahead to make huge changes, that's it, in his team like he did against Chelsea, because if at all you could drop Martinelli in the game of Chelsea, why not drop Thomas Partey and bring in Jorginho? You get? I believe Chelsea have got a very good midfield than that of Southampton, and Jorginho would have gone ahead to really give you the needful. So, all in all, what Jamie Carragher is talking about is 100% right. But the big question is, how did Mikel Arteta react? I think there are some 2 players off the bench that can really bring in good quality. You know, Trossard and Jorginho, he had them on the bench and obviously never made those changes. And I think he thought about it too late to make those changes. And I think those changes would have gone ahead to be made in the game of West Ham when Thomas Partey costed him a goal in the first half. He wouldn't have brought him back. Jorginho would have gone ahead to really come and really play well in that game of football. So I think Mikel Arteta is a little bit to blame. I've seen people telling me that Rokani were having an agenda on Thomas Partey. You had Thomas Partey. Guys, so you want me to come out here and really praise a player who is playing badly and I say that he's playing good? That's not part of my work ethics. No way, guys. I think it's better to call a spade a spade. When you look at Jorginho, he makes that Arsenal side play better. Even when Thomas Partey came on yesterday, you saw his complacency all over the pitch. And I'm going to come out on Friday and make and make what we call the match preview of Arsenal versus Newcastle, but I won't change this. If they bring on Thomas Partey and he plays like he has been playing the previous games, then Arsenal is going to find itself in another huge loss away at St. James's Park. That's it. So that's Jamie Carragher coming in and really hinting on City and Mbappe quality. I think he's just trying to give Mikel Arteta a reminder that this summer is all about him strengthening his bench. That's it. And I think we might see Arsenal bring in 5 players because 3 are not enough for them to compete in the Champions League, and we might see a very big overhaul or shake-up at Arsenal to see to it that Mikel Arteta and his team find themselves in a position of really doing the best of the game that they deserve. Ian Wright has gone ahead to really speak out onto Martin Odegaard's form this season, and this is what he had to say to the Premier League via High TC. He said, I couldn't believe we got him on loan from Real Madrid in the first place, and then when he came back, his pedigree, what he's capable of, and his ability. The fact that he's captain now, leading by example and chipping in with many goals, he has been unbelievable. I think he has been a player of the season, if I'm totally honest. William Saliba was on that track, but he has been injured. Odegaard's consistency for Arsenal this season has been absolutely tremendous for us, and I love this. You know, there's certain things you'll hear, and obviously you'll come out and obviously understand what the game of football is all about, because I've seen a lot of English media coming out and talking about Martin Odegaard being the player of the season, blah, 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 blah. And I've always told you, sorry, Bukayo Saka, they've been trying to front Bukayo Saka, but because Bukayo Saka has gone ahead to really drop deep in form towards the final pen of the season, they now have no excuse. You know, however much Saka has gone ahead to really be praised, but talent and hard work can never be surpassed. I believe it's Martin Odegaard, and he's the player of the season for a team of Arsenal. I 100% agree with Ian Wright that it's obviously Martin Odegaard, the player of Arsenal of the season. And the way he came in at Arsenal, look at Madrid right now. The player that they are bringing in to play that role of Martin Odegaard, to come in and replace Luka Modric, is Jude Bellingham. They have to pay close to £130 million. And remember, they only let Odegaard go for only £30 million. And I asked myself, had Madrid given up on such a talent that they never even put what we call a buyback clause into that, game or into that contract that saw him, or deal that saw him come to Arsenal, you understand? So that leaves you in really a very huge dilemma of why Real Madrid never went ahead to really make, because I think they're also right now jealousy of what Odegaard has turned into, because Odegaard is one of the best midfielders in the world. If Arsenal were playing the Champions League this season, I think would have gone ahead to get a very huge mention down on the occasion of the Ballon d'Or, because what he's doing is really unbelievable. That's it. He has gone ahead to surpass all the naysayers, the haters, and his targets are really beyond normal. And if at all he scores 6 goals more, he can find himself in a position of really getting himself to 20 goals this season. And you've seen him do this season in, season out. But this season, he has been just outstanding. He is really great. He is really great. And I think Arsenal got themselves a player that is not only a talented player, but also a leader onto the pitch. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Zinchenko not giving up on the Premier League trophy, and what are your thoughts about Jamie Carragher too. Then lastly, what do you make of Ian Wright's hail of Martin Odegaard, the captain of Arsenal? I sign out for now. See you later. Third story of the day, more is yet to come. Just keep it Rokani Media Football. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out.